I almost missed the Lego aisle today because it used to be all the way down to the end, and now it's there. So I was like, what's going on? I saw all this here. There's a couple clearance things, like the Wish one is on clearance, but it's not a great part out value. Everything else is pretty much gone or whatever. But I was like, where's the stuff? Because there used to be things here as well. Like, that's a lot of things to be missing. So I walked down and found they moved a bunch of it down a few aisles. So that's cool. Nothing on clearance, but half of it's over there. I'm like, well, where's the rest of the stuff? So I find some here, there's some there. It's random puzzles and stuff. There's some here and here and here. So obviously they're in the middle of a switch around, and hopefully it means better things. Nothing too interesting today, just picking up some extra grocery items that weren't in my pickup order. So yeah, hopefully it means better things for this Walmart, because it's always awkward with their Lego selection. There's some more up here too. There too. Yeah, but nothing too crazy standing out for me today. So I'm just GMing away on some of the stuff on here. Tomorrow is the 27th, so my deadline approaches. But we got the new Hashima storage, so I was able to streamline it down a bunch, which, despite the 5 bins right there and that bin, a lot of it there's more to it than that, so that's all consolidated down. I consolidated the Technic aspects as well. So that I was able to then put a bunch in those drawers. I still have this bin with the DD Bricks order that I need to process through and go. But I need to get back into building. And just taking the time to do that, which I haven't had a ton of lately. But that's fine. That's why I started it way early. Part out 1 set, we got that the Rocket Raccoon set parted out this week. So I'm counting that. Then not on here was adding a bunch of used stuff and going through the accessories that we mentioned earlier, the accessories that were back there. The used being the brackets bin that my kid went through. So that's good. And then the used clear bin, that one is the one that I dumped a whole bunch of extra stuff into. So I'm not super concerned about the used clear bin now, either of those. But we did get through that other used bin that was up there, and then the bag that I mentioned previously that had the dragons and horses and stuff. So I'm half considering that. Part out CMFs is what I'm doing now. I added the Disney ones, so all the Disney ones that I had multiples of. I took all the multiples out, left one of each of the ones that I had remaining, and then I also just took the Marvel Werewolf by Night that was the only Marvel one I had left. Parted all those out, and they're in the store now, or at least the werewolf. Everything but the werewolf is, but all the Disney 100 ones are in the store now. Right now, I'm working on the Series 25 thing. So there's the train kit here, and I'm realizing I've had all these in my drawer, but I didn't have them listed anywhere except an old Facebook Marketplace listing that, at this point, no one's going to be clicking on and buying. So getting basically just parting out everything from those. I have one last Triceratops kid and one Bat Lord that I might try to just sell individually. But I still got Noir Detective. I've got the dog groomer. Some of the paraplegic athlete. I parted out the fitness instructor and the gamer girl. What else is down there? It's the queen from Disney is on there. So it's definitely adding a lot of lots and parts to the store, considering none of this was in there already. So that's excellent, and I'm happy for new lots and parts to be added. So it's a parting out the CMFs is turning out to be a pretty lucrative, if you will, thing, especially considering none of these were actually listed. And the CMFs are done. So all of my Series 25 got parted out, except I put the Batlord and the Triceratops kid both just right in the store. But after parting out those, parting out the Disney 100 figs, which nicely filled up several drawers. So filled up, 5.5 drawers, counting the one up back still over there. That brings us to the second milestone that we were wanting to hit of 11,000 lots. So obviously, as you get more and more lots, it becomes more and more difficult to have a large number of lots. But we are doing well, and I just wanted to do a little check on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're number 8 in the state of Georgia for Georgia. As far as number of lots in the store, and there's good old Brickstar. We're holding hands. Obviously, I have the least amount of feedback because I have the least amount of orders of all these stores, except for Reclaim Components. But it's nice to be seeing a couple of new stores in here. Georgia Bricks, Dirty South Bricks. So some new stores coming up as well. Wonder how long they've been open. But happy and proud to be number 8 as far as lot count in Georgia. And I try to keep the store fairly consolidated down. Of course, Wild Bricks is sitting at 16,500 lots, which is absolutely awesome. And 15, 14, 13s, 12, and then number 11. So attainable goals, I think. We'll see how long this goes. But anyhow, 121,000 parts here with 11,000 lots. So nice to have that done. Get some more figs going maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll work on Nihishima tomorrow morning. We'll see. And it's about 10 minutes. I gotta get the kids from the bus stop, so I might just have a few minutes for me. Now that I parted all that out, recycled a whole bunch of pieces. It's good to have a minute. Good morning. Happy April 29th. It's Monday. Just have one order going out this morning, and it's a pretty neat one. I ordered those wings I just posted recently, the older dragon parts as well. Buying that. A couple of these, Bionicle or Hero Factory or something like that. Parts. So, not necessarily a high value order. It was like $20 or something, but still nice to see some of these bigger pieces go. Especially like this one, just because that's such a large piece that takes up a lot of space in one of the acro drawers. So that's it for orders. Things are obviously much, much slower than they have been, but I mean, that's part of the summer slowdown. It's, to me, not a giant deal because I have, as I said, plenty of other things to keep me occupied. I don't remember what the end of this week is going to be. May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Of course, I'm using like dashes and everything, so that just looks terrible. Should put an arrow. At least, that's better. All right, so party out truck is still outstanding. Right, the truck. Let's do Fig Sesh. We did get the CMFs. Like I showed, we did get the whatever that was. The used clear bin, kind of we did. I can't even tell. Whatever that was now. But we did it. And we parted out one set. So I'm going to put part out. I'm going to do one set for now. I've got a few things lined up some of which have already been shown. But obviously the Friends boats need to be done. The Friends little set there won't take too long, but parting out 2 sets is always whatever. I have 3 or 4 of these deep dark sets here. I've got a bunch of these, 5 of those. That's like the Animal House or whatever set. It has like a bunch of creatures in it. There's like 4 animals, brick-built animals in it, Minecraft ones. So, there's like obviously this bunny head here, and then there's some other ones. So thinking about building those and having them either on eBay or local, which I'll get to in a second. I have 3 of these in juggle sets that I got a year ago or so on clearance. I paid $3 a pop for them. They're currently listed for like $10 on online, but they're not a fast seller. So debating if I want to list them as they are, put them back, because I had them hanging up on that door for a while. But if I want to list them as they are or part them out, and then the Disney train, I need to pull the figs out, and then the rest of the parts I can list, as they are. It's not a huge priority. What I was saying about locally with the Minecraft set, the other thing I'm potentially going to do is our local city has a farmer's market, and I thought, hold on, let's see, can we do this? We'll just do it like this. My local city has a farmer's market, and I thought, I'll hold the camera still. Of course, I'm holding it up with my arm, so it's, this is how I get tired. Local city has a farmer's market, and I thought it was all like produce and candles and soap and stuff like that. And some people have jelly and food treats and cookies. So I thought it was all stuff like that, consumable type things like that, that people handmade. But there were some things there, and I remember seeing them years past. Like there's a guy who makes like custom, he'll take license plates, cut them up, and then he'll make signs. So he'll make one that says like Marines based off of the license plate letters. So you end up with a license plate sized piece that has the letters that you're looking for. So like that's not a food item or a consumable item. That's, a display item, something you can use. There are people there with jewelry this time around, and the soap person had soap dishes. So there's precedent for non-consumable products there. So I emailed the person in charge of it all and was just like, hey, if I have, Lego based product, stuff that I think the kids would love it, but I want to keep things in the spirit of the farmer's market. So waiting to hear back from that. Fingers crossed. I would really love to run a booth or so. I got to double check the pricing. I feel like last time I checked, it was like $50 for a spot for the whole season. So minus the fees for a tent, or the fees, but the cost of a tent, the cost of, a folding table or 2 for that, other display type stuff. Besides all that, I think I could easily make that back with the stuff I've got. So potential opportunity to do like the Minecraft animals, other animals, build a fig station for the kids. I could have like a Friends version and a regular version because I have a ton of just Friends spare parts. I can bag up some of these Minecraft guys. I've heard they do pretty well. Any of these that I think that they'd sell pretty well. So lots of opportunity. I'd probably want to get like some bulk accessories kind of stuff, and then have like bagged, here's a Batman with a couple batarangs kind of thing. I think that would be an opportunity for that. So we'll see if they approve it. I could see going either way. If that doesn't work, then I'll see about other opportunities. So I'm not trying to put in too much money or effort into getting things ready for something that might not even happen. But it would be pretty awesome. I'd pretty excited about that. So yeah, the Minecraft things could sell. Other opportunities I could sell. These guys on it. Miner that keeps falling. That's right. I'm missing part of his arm. But stuff like that. That is not necessarily fast movers. Want to be able to get those, listed in a way that I think people would actually buy. Like, I think, my whole bag of city fig parts down here, I think that would be great for Build-A-Fig station. Obviously, I want to go through and make sure there was, some decent things and enough variety and such, but I think kids, would love that. And it would be, I could still price it cheaper than a Bricks and Minifigs kind of store, and still make money from it all. Yeah, so that, some vehicles, have like motorcycles or like the otter habitat set. I have my own personal one, but there's the ATV thing. And, when I bought the otter set to part out, I have whatever 15 of those ATVs, and I doubt many of those parts have actually sold because it's tires and stuff like that. But I could see, selling those for $2-3 a piece, built right there. I could see kids, wanting that. So we'll see how it goes. Trying to think if there's anything else supremely interesting. Let's flip back around. I guess so. I never try to show this area because no one likes to see a litter box. Right now, it's actually decently clean. So my cat is 14, or she'll be 14 in June. And she's not really eating a whole lot of food now. She's lost a lot of weight, so might be having to take her to the vet pretty soon. She's been eating a little bit today after a weekend of not so much. So we're hopeful that she's not giving up and that maybe she just has like a little tummy issue. But we'll see. Anyhow, Womp aside, I don't usually show this area because it's super duper cluttered. It's not something I'm exactly proud to show on camera. But usually there's like totes up to here of Christmas stuff and holiday stuff. So I finally joined the ranks of becoming an American and started renting a storage unit, both for being able to put some of this stuff there, but also for like Christmas trees that are up in the attic, and attic heat in Georgia is not great for Christmas trees. But then also I can put over like bulk Lego that needs to be sorted through just to get it out of either my space in here or the garage space. And I think all of that will just help to declutter. And it's not proper decluttering because it's still around, but it helps to free up this space. So I got a shelf unit that I can put basically against the wall back there, and I can actually have usable space back there where we could put, here's some decorations that we want to have easy access to, or things that we might use more frequently, or like extra pantry storage, because our pantry is like, it's basically this space here. It's 2 foot by 3 foot more or less. So there's not a whole lot of pantry space. We threw some shelves in the laundry room, but if we buy a couple boxes of Cheerios and need to stick one somewhere, it just has to sit on the floor in the laundry room, which is not great. Little ants like that kind of stuff. So be able to get some shelves here and put just extra pantry storage and whatnot. So potentially put the litter box further back, or bring it closer so it's not like right next to any food stuff, because that's less than ideal to have the litter box right next to food, just for the sake of smells and stuff incorporating into it. Anywho, but yeah, that's happening, and that, as boring as it might sound, this area has been kind of the bane of my existence, because any holiday switch, I have to climb through all of this over a litter box, get the tote one at a time, bring them in, always tripping on something, losing a sandal or whatever, and or somehow overturning a water bowl for the cat. So I'm happy to finally have usable space back there, and not have to fish back there for anything come holiday switchover time. So that's a process to get all that out and to take it to the unit. We just got the unit yesterday, or Saturday. So yeah, and then stuff like this, when I get ready to part out beforehand, it can go back there or something like that. So it's not taking up this very limited space in my office. Obviously, some of the stuff needs to go either back or to the storage. It was more of just getting it out. Whatever, I'm rambling. I'm gonna get this order packed and down to the mailbox and then continue on with the rest of my regular working day. And yeah, that'll be all for now. Thanks for sticking around. So I'm here at another Walmart and checking out their Lego aisle. They have some pretty interesting stuff. Like they've got some of the newer sets. They have a better selection. Like I've never seen Back to the Future at a Walmart or those cars. What else? There's something else. The new space sets. I don't remember seeing any other Walmarts. These cars, I haven't seen other spots. So they have a nice, varied selection of stuff that isn't available elsewhere. But they have basically no clearance, which is fairly surprising. Like this set's been clearanced a while. That one's been clearanced a while. Sorry, someone in the aisle behind me is on a really loud speakerphone. Oh yeah, the Wish is clearanced in other spots. I haven't even seen this one anywhere, but again, stuff that has been on clearance elsewhere. I'm pretty sure that T-Rex set clearance elsewhere. Forget what else. There's a couple other ones that are like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that in clearance a lot. They have one with botanical sets, so that's interesting. They do have some of the new Series 26 CMFs. I have some boxes coming, so I'm not concerned about that. But I did find they had these poly bags, which aren't anything too big of a deal, but they have them for $2 and they part out for between 10 and 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean them out of those. They have $2 in the Z-Blob one, but I didn't see any of them behind there. And everything else is just regular price. So kind of a miss over here, but it's kind of just funny seeing how many of these sets they have that have been clearanced for a while. That they just got regular price. And I checked the regular or the toy clearance aisle, the regular clearance areas, nothing there for Lego. So just kind of fascinating how they choose to pick different things because each store is different. Each store sets its own deal. Oh yeah, like they have a bunch of these. They've got, well, 3. And I parted that one out recently. And here it is. Full price. Well, it's a 0-0. So it's, on its way out, but it's still not a clearance price. So maybe the manager will set it sometime, but who knows. For now, we get these. All right, it is still the 30th of April in the evening time. Pardon the baby monitor that's going. It's just listening in case my kid gets up because she still does that from time to time, and that's 2 flights of stairs up, and I'm down in the basement. So rather than being in the dark, I can understand and know what's happening. But got 11 of those poly bags was the final count that was available. So dumped them all in here. I got a brick store file started. Went ahead and did pricing on stuff. And there are 30 lots total. I'm keeping Asha, the minifigure, as she is. She doesn't have like a very great ratio. It'll potentially be one that if I do any kind of in-person thing that I take her along. But parting her out isn't all that grand either. But I wasn't really expecting too much in the minifig. But it all adds up and eventually things will sell. But I paid $23 for the 11 of them, and parting out is coming in at 126, 127. So that's 5 to 1. So not too bad. Some nice parts in there. Some things that are, worth a bit of a decent amount. Obviously, Asha and the little star are the most valuable bits. So it's pretty cute. I might list just the star and an Asha on eBay and see how that goes. I think that would potentially be worthwhile. And then, or at least I can check eBay for that. I'm not gonna do it right this second. Yeah, a bunch of new lots as far as the parts go, so that's great. 517 new items for the store is also excellent. Just under 500 if I do put all the Ashas and Star up on the eBay. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this all sorted through and put in the store for tonight. So that will technically be my part out one set, despite it being a set I just added and not actually taking care of any of this. As far as fix sessions go, I mean, I just touched in here earlier. That looks important. And found first thing I grabbed, I was like, I'm pretty sure. And sure enough, I looked it up, and it's Joy Spires from the Stranger Things set. She's not a particularly expensive fig. She's like $8 or something, but hey, $8 is $8. So yeah, definitely a lot of stuff in here that's more or less built. And this goes with these two, if I'm remembering correctly. These go with that tray that's been sitting back there. So trying to keep those somewhat separate until I have a chance to go through them and just, it's easier to pair things up knowing that will go with something that's more likely to be in one of these than some other random part, so forth. This one has a lot of figs that are close to being complete as well, or that are complete, like yet another Jurassic World fig. That seems like another Stranger Things, but I don't know who that would be. It can't be Joyce again. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this at least, and that'll probably take me the rest of the evening time that I want to spend down here, but morning time I can pick up, do a fig sesh, because I'm in a good spot with the freelancing aspects. Oh, I took that column out. It's was not my jam, so I got to figure out another solution for that. But it will not be that. Also, I accidentally unplugged the vending machine to the cords in the back, so I got to reconnect all of that. Anywho, I'm gonna do what I can. Hopefully the kids will stay up in their rooms and go to bed. And yeah, now I'm just rambling, so adios.